Okay. I think I've pretty much got this thing all set up and ready to rock and roll at this point. I've kind of taken a little bit of a practice run at this. Just kind of trying to eyeball it and see if I like the way this is going. I think I can follow the groove pretty well right now. I've got me arrows marked on the two handles that I've got to crank. Oh, and of course I'm going the wrong way already. Well, obviously there's no way that this is going to be perfect. Oops. I'm still going the wrong way on that son of a bitch. Anyways, this way. Okay. Do I have my arrow right? Yeah. All right. So one of the other things that I have to keep in mind is I know I don't have my spacing perfect on this either. Excuse me. But I did come up with a solution on the internet to get the spiral around a cylinder marked out accurately with something really simple. Basically taking a sheet of paper, taping it on, rolling it around as many times as you need spirals, taking the paper back off, cutting it diagonally, and then using that to lay out the spirals that you need. The only hiccup is if you've got multiple spirals, or if you're going around multiple times, you have to cut the piece of paper a few different times to get all the spirals marked out because it wraps over itself a few times. Anyways, it's a trick that I saw someone else on YouTube doing and was like, that was kind of exactly what the doctor ordered. Anyways, I am going to start going at this for better or worse, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to get this thing fired up, get it down to depth, and start showing you a few minutes of me doing this. I gotta say, I'm more than a little bit nervous about this because I just don't know how well this is going to work out or how accurately I can do it, but we'll find out. I'm going to spin this thing at this carbide cutter at 2100 because I can go faster by the looks of things, but the motor on this thing really cries to get it up to 4,000 RPM, so we'll stick with 2100 and we'll see what happens. going to grab some earplugs real quick, because that's a little noisier than I want to be listening to for the next hour. So I would suggest you guys turn your volume down or mute it, because it's not going to be pretty. is time consuming. It's starting to look like something at least. Obviously, it is not perfect, but it's gonna work, it looks like. I may have to go through this another time, but let me give you guys a little bit of a close-up of what's going on here. One of the nice things about this is it feels like as I rotate this, the vibrations that the cutter is putting into the work almost kind of allows the slop in the x-axis to just kind of make a path for me. I don't know how to say it exactly. It kind of just almost makes the x-axis follow along with it. So to an extent, it's kind of guiding itself. As long as I just put a little bit of rotational force on the x-axis, it's kind of going with the flow. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the camera, and I'll bring you back when I get this one cut the rest of the way out, or this side of it cut the rest of the way out. Okay. I am pretty darn pleased with how this turned out. I had kind of a spot bulged out over here where I couldn't remove enough material, or I didn't remove enough material. I even kind of thinned this area down over here. I may have removed almost 1/4 of an inch of material. So this outer spiral, start of the spiral here, is semi-consistent with the others. But granted, I don't know if it'll show up on the video or not, but I dug into the opposite side a little bit most of the way around. But by the time I flip the head over to the opposite side and make the second cut, I think a good portion of that groove is going to go away. But I am very happy with how this turned out. It could have been a lot worse. In fact, after kind of getting a feel for it, I kind of wish that I had just penciled in a spiral around this thing and just gone at it with the mill by hand. It's not going to be perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be completed. And that's been kind of the whole boggle, is getting anything completed, especially these more complicated projects like this. So anyways, tomorrow I will probably tip the head back over to the opposite direction and make the second cut on this. So I'll catch up with you guys later.